Hey, Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is gonna be a video dealing with the destruction the Lord is gonna bring upon this place, okay, and the conditions, namely a few men left, and the resultant um, things that we're going to see as a result of having a few men left upon the face of the earth. Okay, because what you have now is a condition, a living standard that's never been seen before on the entirety of the planet right now. Okay, you got it to where the ratio of men to women, or rather more the power ratio, if you will, okay, between men and women right now is completely distorted. Okay, it's in the wrong way. Okay, so what you're gonna see is when this destruction comes about by way of these ICBM nuclear missiles that the Lord is going to allow to be unleashed on this place. Okay, by way of Russia going up against America, America going up against Russia. China's going to get involved in there. Libya's going to get involved in there. Iran's going to get involved in there. You damn know that these Gutterites, the Jews, they're going to get involved in there. As a result of all of those things happening, well, we know that a lot of people that are upon the face of the planet, all right, it's pursuant to the book of Proverbs, okay, a lot of people that are on the face of the planet right now, they exist solely for their own judgment, okay? The scripture says that if the wicked be increased, it is for the sword, all right? But we know through the scriptures that what? We go to the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, okay? We know that these women that you see walking up and down here, we know that these are the women that belong to the other nations, and the Most High likened these other nations as to our enemies, okay? So let's read this one scripture right quick here. It says, their children shall be dashed to pieces. Whose children is it talking about? Right, the children of the wicked, okay, right, starting first and foremost with Esau, okay, they're elite banking families, of which some of them they're gonna escape the top elite banking families. We know that through prophecies that they're gonna make it, because the scripture says that what their nobles shall come down, bending down to our feet, okay, and that's where the word blessed comes into effect, because blessed comes the word barak, which means these dudes is gonna bow down to you, man, for you to feel blessed. Okay, you got them, you got Benjamin out there talking about I am blessed. Well, you ain't blessed unless people's bowing down to you. And the Most High is gonna have it to it for the elect. All right, starting first and foremost with the elect, that these nations is gonna come down bowing down. That's the ones that make it to the other side. As for the other people that are upon the face of the planet, the scripture says that their children shall be dashed to pieces. And how are their children gonna be dashed to pieces? Oh, by way of these ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Okay, you seen that within the movie Terminator. Okay, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Okay, when that blast of that one nuclear missiles, that's just one. Okay, when that blast came through, they tore them people in pieces, man. Right, but to build upon that, the scripture talks about how that the Most High is gonna have it to where we're gonna grab them kids and we're gonna dash them against the stones, man. Okay, and then that might be, hey, to me, that's gonna take a hell of a spirit. But see, the Most High is going to put that spirit. That's why the scripture talks about how he's going to put his anger within us. All right? Because his anger is the anger of remembering the Babylonian captivity, right? Remembering the Medo-Persian captivity, remembering the different adversities that we have served underneath this man. And by way of a process of time, Jacob has become what you call acclimatized to that level of living hell. Okay? So let's read this. It says, it says here, I'll start from the 12th verse. It says, I'll make a man more precious than fine gold. And that's dealing with this article that the brother sent in the chat. Okay. And I believe one of the elders of the camp down here did a video on a similar topic right here. Okay. Pretty much when you have a depopulation of males, and we know it's going to be, for the most part, it's going to be males, because when you have that war popping off, who's going to be fighting that war, man? Now you got some women dotted around about amidst them armies, but for the most part, it's going to be dudes, man. Okay, and when you got it to where dudes gonna eat some bread and they're gonna go out there and they're gonna fight against each other as pursuant to the sedition that is prophesied within the book of 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter. Well, guess what? It's gonna be a hell of a lot of dudes out there getting the wacko zap up, man. And these women that you see out here, they're gonna be taken for booties, man. Okay, so the value of an individual male that makes it through the adversity that you're catching out here, and makes it through to the point where the Most High is gonna magnify you, where it said, "I'll make you a man more precious than fine gold." Okay, even the golden words of Ophir. Well, guess what? That dude is gonna be getting a hell of a lot of booties, man. Okay, he's gonna be getting a hell of a lot of spoils. The spoils of gold, the spoils of silver, okay, the spoils of women, the spoils of cattle, land, all of them things. Okay, it's all gonna be managed. Those are all the resources, the dainty things that the Most High created to be enjoyed. Okay, and for the few individuals that are left upon the face of the earth to manage those resources, they're gonna be the ones enjoying it, man. Okay, so we jump back down to the 16th verse. It says, "Their children also shall be dashed to pieces, and their house is spoiled their house is spoiled. Okay, and their wives ravished." Now is a dude gonna be alive and the Most High say ravish his wife? No, that's adultery, bro. But see, the scriptures talk about how if you went amidst the captives, okay, right, meaning to say all of the men that lived within that city, they all got the wacko zappo, man. They've been put to death. Well, guess what? You're gonna enjoy themselves off of them concubines, man. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen out here. A lot of them women that are running around out here, they got them mans out there within the army. Well, once that Most High gives him, the royal discharge, okay, the heavenly discharge. Well, guess what? You can have your way with that. Okay, you can have your way with that, and that's what this scripture is talking about, roughly in a roundabout way. Okay, now let's get, but it applies to many other different situations, man. And you read about the law and how the law pertains to concubinage and how you're gonna take over a particular group of people, and you find out how pretty much these women ain't got no choice in I'm gonna take you out on a date. Okay, we're gonna sit down I don't know, Mackie D's or some shit. I don't know them posh restaurants, so I can't name one. Okay, we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna try. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that in that day, man. It's gonna be, look, I'm the high value item. Okay, you're gonna get down with the program. And the scripture talks about how that they're gonna be running to get down with the program, man. Okay, so let's read this article right quick, and you're gonna see how they're gonna be running, how they're gonna be, how and why they're gonna be running with the program. It says, so this is from Cura. Okay, it's a hypothetical scenario that is really is coming to pass because you read in these different scriptures. Well, they're basically telling you what's gonna be what's happening out here in the future, man. Okay, so it says, what would happen if the ratio of males to females in the world's human population suddenly became 1-7? Okay, so it says men will be worshipped as gods, man. Okay, men will be worshipping, and bro, a dude that looks like fucking what's this dude? Biggie Smalls will be worshipped like a god, man, because he will be a male, okay, capable of bringing forth seed, man. And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters. Bringing forth seed. The Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply." And if a woman, you got these women out here taking abortions and this, that, and the third, well, you're gonna realize your value in that day is to bring forth children. And if you don't have that value, you're gonna be quickly dismissed, man. Okay, unless you got a fine body, you could be used as an electric blanket, as an ancient electric blanket. Okay, so it says here, the relative value of any commodity, of which the man ain't no commodity, the woman is the commodity. Okay, right? So if the woman is the commodity, well, guess what? As the man's value increases, and there's a lot of them, their value as a commodity, as a certain brother likes to say, as a certain teacher would say, okay, as a certain great teacher would say, these women are nothing but commodities, man. Okay, so when they become very sparse. And men become very, was it sparse? That might be that might be the wrong word. But as there's an abundant amount of them relative to the male, well, guess what? Their value as a commodity is gonna go down, man. Okay, so I read this verbatim. It says, relative value of any commodity, which includes human beings, right? All right, is the product of demand and scarcity. Okay, right. So it says, what's more is that scarcity has a tendency to create feedback loop by increasing demand disproportionately. Okay, so what they're gonna go into here is basically how, if you understand anything about economics, well, the housing market is a good example of this. So good so-called houses or a particular area, all right, where there's only a few houses. Well, them few houses is going to go up and up in price because the demand, right, relative to the scarcity, or more relative to the supply, is built in such a way there is less supply than there is less supply than there is demand. So that value is ever increasing. Okay, that's like London. You trying to find a property out there in London where the population of London carry on increasing, but the actual amount of houses that are there, well, it's the same. All right, it's the same or going down, so the value goes up, man. Okay, so it says diamonds are a perfect example of this. If which this is artificial. Okay, they're artificially kept in a way that's in a way the price is basically heavily inflated. Okay, in relativity, they're fairly worthless hunks of carbon. Right? That doesn't apply to a man. A man's gonna bring forth seed. Okay, he's gonna bring forth the family name. He's gonna bring forth the he's gonna inherit. Okay, the family business, wealth, whatever. Okay, primary value is as a novelty. Okay, De Beers, however, took advantage of the near monopoly of supply to create an artificial shortage which drove their value through the roof because they've become insanely expensive. Diamonds turn into a visual indicator of wealth, which they ain't no visual indicator of wealth. If you know anything about actual gems, okay, you would know that diamonds is like that's nothing. You could artificially make a diamond in given the right scientific apparatus. Okay, so it says if 85% of the male population is suddenly vanquished, which that's a reasonable conclusion. Okay, that's a reasonable hypothesis. This is a reasonable scenario. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a reasonable scenario. You got war out there, and you got it to where men are getting drafted for war. Guess what? Dudes is gonna be getting the wacko zapper, man. Okay, they're gonna be getting the wacko zapper. Okay, it says male population suddenly vanished. All right, men would truly rule the world. All right, I know that some ridiculous ideologies would point to the sperm banks that they are overlooking the three details, but they're looking over overlooking three details. Sperm would suddenly become so valued a commodity that men would quit donating altogether. Okay, so they're going into some wayward way, but whatever. It says, why let their seed go to a mere pretense when they could demand that one or more women support them in a lap of luxury for it. That's what the scripture says. That what in the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter. All right, the first verse. Let's read this right quick. Isaiah 4:1. Okay. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, "Let us eat our own bread, so we're going to take care of ourselves. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Okay. All right, so to take away that reproach of what? Really, you really get into it. It's more than just a seed, man. Right, it goes into protection, because if you get in it, you ain't got no food out there. Well, guess what? People gonna be fighting for that food. Okay, and last time I checked, as much as these women like to run about talking about equality, right? Let a 225-pound man, which is about an average sized man, mind you, okay, just above average, right? Let a dude 6 foot tall, 225-pound, 3% body fat. It's an inside joke. Okay. All right, let him come up. You go to him and you fight one-on-one. Okay, let's see how you handle one-to-one combat with that individual. Okay, now obviously there might be some 1 in a million anomalous situation where a broad will win, but for the most part, the dude's gonna handle his business. Okay, so that's why that reproach comes into effect, because guess what? You get that protection, man. Hey, the scripture says that what? That stability shall be the stability shall be what? Something to the effect. Knowledge and wisdom and understanding shall be the stability of thy times. And then individuals like that is going to be untouchable in the time when the Lord is bringing havoc out here. And we're going to read about some of that havoc. So that's going to be a very attractive prospect. Okay? Because a lot of these dudes going to be bugging out. Hey, the scripture talks to you about that. Isaiah the 13th chapter. This is above here. Isaiah the 13th chapter. The 7th verse, and says, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." So dudes gonna bug out, man. Okay, and that's before the ICBM nuclear missiles take place, and a lot of these individuals that had us in captivity, all right, they was reaping all types of havoc upon us. Well, guess what? They're gonna receive of their judgment, and a large proportion of the males that are upon the face of the planet is gonna be destroyed. Why would the Most High destroy the women when they could be enjoyed for spoils, man? Okay, now they're gonna receive judgment. Okay, but they're going to receive a different type of judgment. As we read within the scriptures, right? Within the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter and the 18th verse, right? Not the 18th, was it the 18th verse? yeah, 16th verse, right? The children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their house is spoiled, and their wives ravished, man. Okay, all right. So let's read this. It says, in light of this situation, the mainly men would have very good reason to raid any and all existing, or that they're going into something else, right? Male babies would be in such overwhelming demand that women would be lining up in droves to abort most female babies, said by the remaining men. And that's we seen that within the scriptures. Okay, they said that pretty much a man, a woman, her greatest desire was to bring forth a son. And you go out there into the so-called Eastern world, right? West Africa, places like Sudan, whatever. Them women know the deal. Okay, they know the deal. They know that man ain't really. You bring forth some daughters. Okay, that's fantastic. But what he really wants is a son, okay? None of this Western culture type shit where anything goes, I mean, hey, look, everybody loves their kids, right? But if it's your daughter, well, it's gonna be if she's in your household after a certain age and she's got kids in your household, that's a shame unto the family, man. In other words, that daughter really is gonna become a part of someone else's family. That's what I'm trying to say. So really, hey, it's great, right? We all love our kids, but that's what you're gonna have for the most part 20 years. After 20 years, that should be in someone else's house. A son, that's forever, man. Okay, so the world where women hold so much power over procreation would be unpended, right? Vesting that all control is in men instead. A woman wants a child, getting drunk and going out for a one-night stand will no longer be an available option. They will have to fully commit to a man. All right, as part of the commitment, sign legal documentation, right? Wholly waiving any rights to any or all children in the event of divorce, and that's what they had back in the day, man. Right? If a woman wanted to leave, well, the sign of the divorce papers, all of these children, they're mine. That's my property. Okay? And there would also be stipulations concerning foul play and other ways women might try to circumvent such constraints. In other words, you try to go out there and play the harlot, well, guess what? You're gonna get the punishment, man. Okay? So this is what's gonna be coming back now. And these women, for the most part, because it's gonna be the Israelite man that's gonna be getting be in the controlling state. Well, guess what? They're gonna be down with it, man. Here it is now. They get to fulfill their fantasy of having the BBC, right? Sorry to be vulgar, but that's just what it is. They get to do that, and also too, they get the reproach taken away. For them, it's like a win-win situation. But see what? There's gonna be order and file, man. Okay, some of you women is gonna be in the field, man. You might get dealt with every now and so often. And for the Israelite woman that does make it, well, she's gonna be living like, she's gonna be living like a woman that deals with a king, She ain't gonna be no queen, okay? If you look up at that queen, that goes into whoredoms, man. Okay, so you could be queens, yeah, your black queens, all right, because you're black whores, man. Okay, but in the kingdom, you're gonna be princesses. And that's gonna be just you're gonna be happy with that, man. Right? A princess married unto a king. Okay. Let's move this now. So if you read the rest of it, you probably enjoy yourself and have a good laugh. But we need to get into the scriptures now. So this is the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the 1st verse. It says, For behold, in those days and in that time shall I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and I will gather all nations, and I'll bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right, and they shall plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, whom they have scattered and parted my land. Okay, so you're gonna have all of this vast. You're gonna have this. All of these nations is gonna be joined into that valley of Jehoshaphat, valley of judgment. Okay, down there in the Euphrates River. Okay, right, powers and powers. The scripture says Armageddon, man. All right, mountain of troops. All right, mountain of troops. When those dead dudes are dead, it's called disproportionate. Okay, right, the men to women out here. So that's gonna have consequences. All right, that's gonna have real life. All right, scenarios is gonna play out beneficially to the man. Okay, the men that are left. Okay, you're gonna have the pick of the finest. Okay, you're gonna do what according to the law. You're gonna do with these women as you will, man. Not you taking them out and trying to impress them or some shit like that, man. That's some craziness. That's some Babylonian shit. Okay, really, it's that really you go into it. It's that Roman shit. That's why they call it romantic, right? Chasing some broad, man. Okay, so which is unnatural. She knows it's unnatural. That's why when that dude with fame and power and the dude that has the most women usually gets even more women, because that's the natural order of things, man. And hey, nobody can argue with that. A dude that's popular and is deemed as having women, okay, he's gonna get more women, okay, right? Because that's the natural order of things, man. So let's go into this now. It says, Second Ezra, the 14th chapter and 16th chapter and the 14th verse. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and they shall not return again until they come upon the earth." Okay, the whole scripture here is good, by the way. All right, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out. Right, ICBM nuclear fire. Right, the fire. Right, till it consume the foundations of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot from a mighty archer returneth not back. Even so, the plagues. Because what does the scripture say? All right, the scripture says that so shall be my word, it shall not return unto me void. It shall accomplish that which whereunto I please. Right? And what does it please the Most High? That judgment be played out here, man. Judgment be played out here. Okay? Right? These people have brought wickedness, they brought evils against the children of Israel, man. And the Most High is going to judge them for that evil that they brought against the children of Israel. Captivity. Right, snide comments. The scripture says that what every being up deceived. Right, the Most High is not mocked. Right, whatever man soweth, that's what he's going to bring forth. That's what he's going to reap, man. Okay. Jump down a little bit before. Behold, famines, plagues, tribulations, and anguish are sent forth as scourging for amendment. Okay, correction, so you can understand, man. Okay, judgment. Right, but all these things shall for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of their scourgings. Behold, vegetables shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, death, and confusion. And who's going to be predominantly being killed off? All of these dudes that are out here doing all kind of wickedness, man. Right? And the women's gonna be taken for spoils. That's what. When you read about the scriptures, and when we took over these certain nations, man. Okay, what did we do? We gave all of the men the wappo zappo, and the Most High was justified in us taking over that nation and killing off all the males. Because why? Because them nations were doing wickedness, man. Okay. And what did we do with the women? We took them for spoils. So the same thing is going to happen now. The Most High is going to judge all of these heathens for inflicting hell upon the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, all of the 12 tribes scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And we're going to be taking the Elamite women for spoils. We're going to be taking the Arab women for spoils. The white women, we're going to be taking them for spoils. Okay? We're going to be taking them Japhetic women, we're going to be taking them for spoils. And they're going to be just concubines, man. Just running around in the house, making sure dust don't fall on the tables. And when you feel like dealing with it, you deal with it, man. Okay? Let's carry on now. I should go down to the point and close off. So it says, let's start from the 23rd verse. 22nd verse. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." Right, so you might be in a fucked up predicament, right? You're hungry for like 2 weeks, okay? And then you catch a deer or some shit. Like these dudes really got skills to catch a deer. But let's say you catch a deer or some shit, you be munching, you're eating. Then some other dude sees the smoke of you cooking up that deer, man, and that's it. You're gonna be destroyed by the sword. That's how the Most High could play it out. Okay, the sword is gonna destroy. But also too, we know that the mark of the beast is gonna be playing a part in this. So you're gonna have a lot of people that are saying they're truthers, but the Most High still wants them to get the judgment. So they're gonna be truthers. They try to go up some other way, and the Most High sends the sword for judgment. Okay, so there's many ways the Lord's going to bring about judgment. Okay, so it says, and the dead shall cast out their dung, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities cast down, and there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And the men that are left, they're going to enjoy the spoils. All right, for in their city shall, For of a city they shall be taken, they shall be 10 left, right, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and the clefts of the rock, and we shall find them individuals, and we shall punish them furthermore. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say, hopefully that was of edification. Check out that article; it's very insightful. You know, Lord's will get to do this again. Okay, so with that, all praises unto Yahweh, Shemi outside, double honors, the apostles of great millstone. Shalom.